Okay. I can't see you, Trinell, so that's okay. Well, thank you all so much for being here. I'm so excited to do our day one of this workshop, the Business Leader Workshop, where we are, if I can move my slides here, going to learn the 3 steps to position either your consulting, your coaching, or any service-based business for bigger contracts on your terms. And you are in the right place. Oh, Gabby's joining. Hi, Gabby. Yay, Gabby. We're just, hi.
Sorry I'm late. My last meeting ran over.
That's okay. I'm so happy you were here. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to see your face. Yay. We just got started, so no worries. But you're in the right place if you're experiencing burnout or anxiety from corporate culture and you want to work for yourself, or if you want to start a side hustle to pay off debt or build savings, or if you're the go-to person or well known for getting certain jobs or tasks done, but you're definitely not getting paid for it. Or maybe you offer a professional service like, coaching or massage therapy or some kind of wellness service that several people within a business could benefit from. Or maybe you want to be your own boss, but you're just not sure how to get started. Or maybe you're selling to consumers, but you're struggling to maintain and grow your business. If this is you, you are in the right place, because I just can't wait to share all the things that I've learned over the years, because I've experienced every single one of these things myself. And so I understand where you're coming from. And we're going to talk through a lot of things today. And today, though, is really, sorry, the slides. Today, though, is all about day one is getting clear. So today we're going to get clear on your sweet spot, because business, when you're starting out or even in your career, Gabby's going to know all about this. It's all about positioning. So we're going to talk about positioning and how you can get clear on your positioning with your sweet spot. So we're going to just do a lot of discovery today. So don't have any expectations. We're not going to have any master plans developed by the end of the day. Today is just all about exploration, getting curious, and just putting things on table as far as what you really bring to the table, what your value is. And so that's all that today is going to do, because tomorrow we're going to get together and we're going to talk about how you can turn that positioning into a conversation that can then land you a contract, which is what we're going to talk about on day 3. So today, again, we're going to have fun, we're going to relax, and we're really going to dive into settling in. Like Gabby just said, she just came from a meeting, so I'm sure things are a little stressful. I know I've had quite the morning myself, so I just want to settle in. We're going to get settled and into community. And then I'm just going to give you guys a brief introduction about me and why I'm here doing this workshop today. And then we're going to really dive in and position your sweet spot and also yourself for success. I am recording today. Ask any questions through the chat. I will have time for brainstorming. We are going to workshop some things out. So I hope you guys are ready just to have some fun and start exploring. So first, let's just settle in. One of the things in my journey over the last few years is I enrolled in a certification program for meditation and social emotional learning. And I just really learned about the power of the breath, especially when we're in Zoom calls, just getting connected, getting settled, and getting in community. We can do that together just by our breathing. So if you guys don't mind, we're going to just take a few minutes. You're more than happy to turn your cameras off. I know this may feel uncomfortable, or, just want you to be comfortable and just get in a comfortable position. Either you're sitting, maybe you're standing, whatever feels best for you, but tall, back, and just relax those shoulders. And if you could just put your hands to your heart. I actually like to put one on my belly, one on my heart. You can put it on your thighs if that's still comfortable, but just place your hands somewhere that is comfortable, on your heart, on your belly. And all I want you to do is focus on one spot and close your eyes if that feels comfortable. Maybe looking at the back of your eyelids, but just focusing, centering. And all I want you to do right now is just notice your breath. Just notice. We're just going to notice without judgment. And we're just going to settle into our breath right now. Don't judge how slow it is. Don't judge how fast it is. Just connect to the breath. Just spend a little time just noticing. And on your exhale, if you could, just say to yourself, or if you feel comfortable saying it out loud, just I accept you. Just I accept you, breath. And just notice and relax and settle in. And on every exhale, I accept you. I accept you. However you're breathing, I accept you. Now, for us to get into community, I would like for you to join me in taking 3 big breaths together. And I'm just going to walk you through how we're going to do this. We want to take big belly breaths. So when you take these inhale, when I say inhale, we're going to take a big, deep breath together. And we're going to breathe in from our bellies, though, and really fill our lungs. And we're going to fill our lungs with all the excitement and just curiosity of what the heck is Megan doing right now. And we're just going to fill that into our lungs. And we're going to just exhale all the doubt or fear or anything that's just not going to serve us well in this next hour together. So if you wouldn't mind, just inhale all that excitement, curiosity, and we're going to exhale any doubt, any stress, any last meetings, any to-do list. Inhale, excitement for the day, for what's to come, and exhale any doubt, any stress. And on this last one, if you wouldn't mind, on your inhale, breathe in all that excitement, and on your exhale, think about what you want to bring into this community. Collaboration, sisterhood, humor, and just breathe that in. Let us all feel what you want to bring to the table today. I cannot wait to explore this with you. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to explore what your value is, what you bring to the table. And for those that don't know me, I just want to spend a little bit of time talking about me and why I'm here and why I started business LeadHer. I'm Meg Floyd, 40. I've been working in corporate for 15 years and some type of leadership role, mostly in product marketing. That's my sweet spot. And in 2021, I turned my 4-year side hustle into intuitive marketing concepts. I finally decided to turn it into a real thing. You can see I have a lot of background in marketing communications. Over the past several years, I've really focused in on personal development and really just trying to learn how to manage my anxiety. I finally came to terms with the fact that I needed to do something about it. And I spent a lot of time on coaching, transformational coaching methods, and even, other life coaches, other consultants out there that have really helped me hone in on what it is that I wanted to do outside of my corporate career, because that I just really knew I wanted to get out. I've been married for 7 years. I'm a mom to 3, a bonus mom to 5, and I'm actually a Mimi to 1 special little girl. And if you look at this, you would probably think, wow, Meg, like you really have it together. This is really, really great. But the Meg Floyd at 40 that you guys know today, that I can say to you, is not the Megan Peroni at 26 that started out in this corporate game. My first corporate marketing job, I was working as a marketing specialist, making around 40K. I was a single mom at the time, going in and out of court, trying to protect my son. Very abusive, physically, mentally, emotionally relationship. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was actually smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. And if anybody knows me, they would never believe that I even put cigarettes to my mouth. But yes, I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. At this time, I had been arrested 4 times and was actually facing felony charges in this picture for an aggravated DUI with a minor. I was not drunk, but I was high, and I got a DUI that put me on 2 years probation. My license was revoked for 3 years. So I was taking the bus, riding my bikes, getting my son to and fro for 3 years. And this is how I started. So I really wanted, that picture, although it's a tough picture for me to look at, it's a very special picture for me because it is the night that I was saved, but it's also the day that the very hard work of obedience came to life for me, where I really had to dig myself out. And, I think every woman turns to Proverbs 31, right? the virtuous woman. What do we want to be? What characteristics does a woman have? And this one just really set in my mind of give her of the fruit of her hands and let her works praise her in the gates. And everything that I was doing, ladies, was looking outside of myself. And I just really needed to stop being a victim. If I wanted to be a virtuous victim, a virtuous woman, I really had to stop being a victim and put in the hard work to dig myself out. And that's really why I wanted to start Business Leader. I think every one of us has done some self-reflection over the past few years over the pandemic. And it was really just, I've been through a lot of things. I know a lot of women are experiencing anxiety or coming out of abuse or feel depressed. There's so much of it happening right now. And I just know that I have some help and some tools that I can give you to help you position yourself to show up more valuable. I want to help women business owners grow their business faster, because I truly believe that women in leadership positions and women business leaders are what makes this economy stronger and better and run better. You can look at every fact, every document. It shows that businesses, organizations, everything's better when women hold leadership positions and are small business owners. And I really want to give you the tools that I learned. And a lot of it is, a lot of people say sales and marketing, but it really comes down to your faith, your emotional health, and your mindset, ladies. And so I really want to give you a lot of the tools that I learned. Yes, marketing, yes, sales. This is what this is about, but also just your mindset and also just your emotions and the things that business is all emotions, and how do we manage that? And finally, just mentorship. As you can see, I did not come into this corporate world having it together. I was actually quite a mess. And I can, without a doubt, even Gabby, who's on the call today, she's been a leader for me in the corporate world. There's always been a woman who's helped me through and helped me just show up and just really help me mentor me along my corporate journey, so I could make those pivots and could kind of grow in my professional and personal life throughout this journey and really dig myself out. And it wasn't because of me. It was really because there was another woman that we just came together and we just helped each other. And it's amazing to me, and this is the main reason, that when women do that, we are 2.5 times more likely to hold leadership positions and make more money. From the Harvard Business Review, women who are in the top of their game had a female-dominated inner circle of it, just one. All you need is one other woman in your circle to help you show up. And so I just thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here and showing up for me today. I really, really do. So without further ado, ladies, because this business game is hard, okay? And before we talk about any clients or anything that we're gonna do, we gotta talk about positioning. So when you look at the stats, it's not really hard to start a business. People start businesses all the time. Only 20% of businesses actually fail in the first 2 years. It's maintaining and keeping a business over the long haul that actually is difficult. So, it goes to 0.5% of businesses are going to close down in the first 5 years and 65% during the first 10 years. All to say that this business thing is not easy. And when you look at the reasons why, one is cash flow. So that's the main reason. I'm going to show you how to get money fast, get bigger contracts, position yourself for higher value conversations so you can get that cash flow as you're starting your business. But two, if you look at the other reasons, there's no marketing plan, failure to deliver real value to customers, failure to connect to their target audience. And all of that, ladies, has to do with your positioning. Okay. I know a lot of people talk about marketing. When it comes to business, when it comes to your career, even when it comes to your life, it's all about how you position yourself. Because I truly believe that if you know how to position yourself, your product, your service, whatever you want to do, you don't have to spend a dime on sales and marketing. And I'm going to show you why. Because positioning defines where your product, your service, whatever you want to bring to the table, it defines where it stands in relation to other similar offerings in the marketplace, as well as the mind of your customer. Okay. So I just wanted to show this example because we all are familiar with cars and car brands, right? People go and buy a Mercedes. They know when they go and buy a Mercedes, why a Mercedes costs the way that it does. Nobody goes in and be like, Mercedes dealership, I don't know, people go in and they put the money on the table to buy the Mercedes. Some of you have Mercedes like skills and talent, but you got a Kia mindset. And I want to shift you to have a Mercedes Benz career, business, whatever. Okay. Because people will pay for higher quality services if it's positioned properly. And that's what we really want to talk about today. It's all about your positioning. And so, what is a good positioning? Positioning makes you unique. It allows others to consider what you bring to the table as a distinct benefit to them. It also gives you a unique selling proposition. And in the marketplace where everybody's done, right? Everybody's like really done. It makes you stand out. You're going to be the shining light that everyone's been waiting for forever. And you're going to hold so much value because of that, that they're going to want to pay you more money, whatever you want, and not even compare you to competitors, right? And that is all about positioning. So I want to give you guys a real life example because I think it's pretty powerful when we can take these things and apply them into something that we all know. And so I want to talk about Febreze, right? So we all know what Febreze is. This is a real example of positioning, just to kind of make this true for you. Now, the world's best marketer, P&G, okay, they launched a brand called Febreze in 1996 as a spray that could remove bad smells. The spray was actually created by a scientist, and he called the substance, I don't know the call, but it's HPBCD. So whatever that is, that's what we're spraying when we spray Febreze. It's probably terrible. But apparently he was a smoker, and he went home and his wife said, "Did you smoke? Because I don't smell anything." And he was like, "Oh, I think we have something." So they spent millions of dollars to perfect the odor, the colorless Febreze spray that can, get rid of any odors. 1996, you can see they got the odor eliminator, right? And they did their Super Bowl ads for those. I know I'm definitely dating myself here for those that can remember the ads where the lady with the kitchen and she was spraying and it was like, get rid of the odors. Well, Febreze bombed. Febreze almost didn't make it. Why? Because people who have smells don't know that they smell. When a smoker walks in a room, everybody else is like, "Oh my God, about to throw up." But a smoker isn't. They don't know that they smell. And so it bombed because people don't know that they smell. They don't know that they needed it. So they went back and they got behavioral experts to go and research and spent all this research dollars trying to ask consumers how they spent it. They actually put cameras in people's homes, and they came across a woman who used Febreze every single day. And she would use it at the end of her cleaning routine. And then they started to notice in all of the videos that women were using it at the end. And so they relaunched Febreze as to what we know Febreze today as the air freshener is at the end of your cleaning routine, right? Now we got Febreze candles, you got Febreze everything, you got Febreze everywhere. And it is a $1 billion company that bombed at first. Why? Was it their marketing? No, it was their positioning. Now you could be thinking, okay, well, that's a product. That's really cool, Meg, that they can make $1 billion, but I just am me. I'm a person and I just have a little skill. So that doesn't really apply to me. And I would like to introduce you to Miss Kim Kardashian. Yes, ladies, I know what you're thinking, but just hear me out. I know that Kim glorifies the whole and normalized perfection, like all this beauty perfection, right? And I know you might be saying, well, she's known for a sex tape. Yes, the sex tape got her on the map. It drove demand in the marketing world, but it was her selfie. It was her selfie that made Kim a billionaire, a selfie lady. She became known as the queen of selfies. She took advantage of everyone streaming to try to figure out who this girl is with Ray J. And she took advantage of that, created the selfie. Now she could sell any product. Now she pushes her own products. And it was all due to a selfie. So if she can make $1 billion from her selfie, why can't you make $1 billion from your skills and talent? So yes, it all has to do with the sweet spot. And we don't have Kim's 300 million followers, and we definitely don't have P&G's behavioral experts in 2 years of putting cameras into people's homes and studying people's behaviors. Like, that is marketing, you guys, well before any product is launched. That is all the research and everything that goes into these products. And you as a business owner, you just trying to start a side hustle, you don't have that kind of money or time or resources. But the sweet spot is going to give us clues to where you can start to get your position in the market. And that's how we're going to solve your expertise. This is a great starting place as you dive into, and I don't know if you guys have your piece of paper, but this is why I needed that first sheet of paper. And this is what we're going to do together, is really start to get curious and start to think about your sweet spot. So I'm going to walk all of this through, because a lot of times we think, oh, it's about my past work history. And that's not necessarily true. What this is going to do is allow us on day 2, again, we're getting curious. We're just going to look at what you bring to the table. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through, because everything I've done, everything I'm teaching you guys, I've done myself, and it's really gotten me great success. After I started to get clear on my sweet spot, I'm going to show you guys the contracts that I got. Literally, you can ask my husband. I literally got these right away because I was clear, and the conversations were just so easy to have. So I'm going to walk you guys through this, because this is how we're going to get you to that sweet spot, that positioning that you don't have the $1 million to spend like P&G. Okay. So on your piece of paper, or if you've printed this out, it is in the workbook as well. Just put you in the center. Dot. And we're going to start to just map this out. Again, there's certain circles here, but use as much as you need. So to begin with, I want you to start drawing some circles around you in the center of your paper, just of your roles. Think about your job roles from your history and go all the way back. Go all the way down. Just start to think about all of the roles and the positions that you've held in your career, in your life. So for me, that was product marketing roles. I was in sales, in educational sales. That's actually how I got started. A lot of customer service, retail, those were all of my roles: customer service, sales, and then really into marketing, product marketing type of roles. Okay, so same for you. What are the different roles? Next is your talent. Your talent. Now, I know this is kind of difficult to be like, I don't know what all my, like, I only have one talent. So I'll ask you this. Think about, what do people come for you for? And it could be people at your job, and it could be like your friends or even your family. Like, circle, why do people come to you? That's a talent that you have. What are you known for? So yeah, or what are you good at? Maybe it's not something that you're getting paid necessarily, but maybe, you're good at singing or music, but maybe, you work in corporate, so it has nothing to do with that, but that's a talent of yours. So just, what are all your talents? What are people go to? What are you the go-to person for? What are you known for? What are those talents? For me, I'm really good at getting answers, figuring things out, project management. I'm really good at really taking complex messages and like simplifying them and making them smaller pieces for people to understand, like communication, storytelling, strategy. Everybody would come to me to help build their go-to-market strategies and just manage that. So that's the things that I'm good at. Okay. Last is, and this is extremely important, your likes, your interests, your passions. What do you like to do? And this is like really important, but you're super honest. I know this is kind of like, where are we going with this? But bear with me. What is it that you like to do? Just put that in the outer part of your paper. For me, it was, I like deeper relationships. If I only have one or two friends, because, I like to talk and I'm crying, and, I like the deep relationships. I don't do surface relationships. Like, that's like my passion. I like deep connections, traveling in different cultures. I love to learn about different cultures and different people, and personal development. I'm a personal development junkie, as you can see. I've spent way too much money on that. Learning, exercising and moving my body and nutrition. Those are all the things, like inspiring people, helping people. Those are all the things that I put down. So same for you. Doing okay on time, or guys need a little bit more time? Just give you a few more minutes. And at the end of it, as you guys kind of go through that, this is you. This is what you bring to the table. Okay. This is you. And I hope it feels good when you start to lay everything out, that we're going to build a business around you. So everything you see on this, it has to be around you. It has to be. Because if it's not, I'm going to tell you from my own experience, you will get stressed out, you will burn out, and you will not live a healthy lifestyle. It is impossible to constantly look outside of yourself when everything you have is inside of you. Everything you need, everything you have is you. So that's why we wanted to just lay this out. So now you know what you bring to the table. And I would say, anytime your business or anything kind of falls off track, do the sweet spot and maybe apply it in different areas. Right now, we're just kind of applying it to the business world, but you could easily apply it to other areas, because you got to get centered on what you want and what your value and what you bring to the table. Otherwise, you're just going to get stressed. And that's where that anxiety and that's where all this like pressure and stuff comes from business, is because we're trying to go after clients that don't fit our sweet spot. We're trying to go after clients that we actually like don't like. So it just isn't going to work. It won't work. It's just stress and too much, and it's just not going to be valuable for you at all. So with that, now I know it's like, okay, great, let's just table that. Again, remember, today is we're just all exploring. Tomorrow we're going to actually apply this into conversations, into statements, into messaging. But today we got to do the hard work to just lay it out and see what it is that we bring. Okay. The next is, now that if we just put that to the side, now we can use that to really start to identify your ideal client. Now, when we launch big, marketing campaigns, Gabby and I know everything's about your ideal client profile. Who is the ideal client for your sweet spot? And we're going to narrow that based upon the size, location, maybe the industry, but all of that is centered around who is it that you want to work with. Now, this could be businesses. I know some of you, maybe you're working one-on-one, or maybe you have a product that you're selling to individuals. We can kind of apply this in that regards as well. But again, it's just, there's so many businesses out there. How do you focus in on the ones that are the best suit for your sweet spot, for what you can bring to the table? So we're going to go through that. And then the homework is for you to start thinking of your clients or your prospect list. And I'm going to just walk you through on how you can start doing that. Again, I did all of this myself, so I'm just taking you guys through kind of the steps that I did. So let's talk about, when it comes to your ideal client, it's really all about the size and the location and the type of business. When it comes to the size, you really want to think about it in terms of the sales cycle. The bigger the business, the longer it is that it's going to take for you to close that business. And so if you need cash, like if your goal is to get cash, you may just want to focus on smaller businesses, because small business owners, they make all the decisions. So you don't have to go through a bunch of layers or different people or different things, to do that. The smaller the business, the easier it is to get the deal closed, but it just may not be a bigger contract. The bigger the business, the longer it is to close, but the bigger the money is, right? So for me personally, I go after large businesses and medium-sized businesses, but mostly I'm going after the enterprises. So my deal cycles are 60 to 90 days. So I have to plan for that in my business. I have to plan and make sure that I've got that pipeline or that flow of clients coming, knowing that it takes that long for me to get through and really close them. So start to think about, okay, the size of the business, small businesses, medium businesses, large businesses. Just kind of think, and you can pick one or two. Again, this is all just getting curious and exploring, out of the million businesses that are out there in the world, which ones do you want to put? What are the 10 to 15 or 20 that you can start having conversations with? Okay. Next is location. And location, This is where your marketing strategy comes into play. So you shouldn't have to do any marketing selling your consulting or your services, because it's all about the conversation and solving their problems. And I'm going to show you that on day 2, how it's really just conversations. You don't even have to have a product, because they're going to tell you what product they want you to build in the conversation. But your marketing is really going to depend upon where the business is located. If it's a local business, then your strategy is going to be connecting with local businesses, local, chamber of commerce, where the, local, organizations, those types of things. You're going to do a lot. You're going to be probably on the foot, out there in the streets more, because they're local and they need to be out in the community. Compared to national or international, you're probably going to be more online. You're going to have to maybe write some more content, or, reach out through online means. It's, or maybe travel a little bit. So again, your strategy is really going to depend on your where the business is located. For me, I target more national, international, regional businesses. I don't really work with a lot of small local business owners. That's not my client right now. But for others, it could be, a small business local, maybe med spas, or, other local areas where just, again, your marketing strategy is all dependent on where that business is or where your clients are. If you're targeting individuals, targeting moms, where do moms hang out? If you're targeting, this group of people, where do they hang out? And that's where you want to focus your marketing strategy. Everything else is fluff and a waste of your money, because you don't have that kind of money when you're first starting out. You need money. You don't need to spend money as a new business owner. Okay. So just think about that, because again, your positioning is what's going to get your foot in the door. And then I'm going to show you how to close it. So, but this is going to get you to think about, who do I want to have conversations with? And then the last one is the industries. And this is where your sweet spot comes in. This is where your uniqueness needs to shine, is the type of businesses that you want to work with. And you can do this as an example from Melissa, who went through this exercise, but you can start to put in what you bring to the table. She was a coach, but she had a lot of retail experience. And she loves like animal rescue and fashion, and she loves to travel. So you can see kind of her experience and see her passions and her roles. So she's going to look at coaching maybe small boutiques or small local retail stores. She's going to look at animal rescue organizations to see how she can help them. Maybe fashion brands or restaurants, because she loves to travel and she likes, all that stuff. So maybe salons or spas with her coaching and her services. So again, those types of things, the industry or the type of business is going to depend on you. And it's super extremely important, ladies, because you don't have the market research to identify everything. You have to attract those businesses that need you. So you got to show up your authentic self in order for that to happen. They're out there. There is at least a handful of businesses that need you. Trust me. So it's really great. I hope this helps kind of take the pressure off of like, wow, I can work with people I want to work with, businesses I want to work with. Yes, it is very, very possible. So for me, now that you have an idea, now you can start to go search, right? I want kind of bigger national companies that, for me, my sweet spot was, really product marketing. The businesses were really kind of more startup that are either expanding or, they need a new product launch. So this is the things that I started to search for, like short-term contract, remote on Indeed, maternity. And I actually found a product marketing role where this happens a lot. This is happening a lot. People are leaving for months at a time, maternity leaves, FMLA, people are burnt out, and they are having huge gaps in resources. I went in there and filled it for 6 months and got paid and was out. And I helped them, I went in with my sweet spot and helped them very particularly, and that's why they picked me. But that's what I searched for. I got that one. The next one was I searched for like director or VP that had open positions that have been open for more than 30 days. Why? Because they're looking for like a leadership role and they can't find one. And guess what? I don't know about product marketing. I come in, I build product marketing programs from the ground up. That's my sweet spot. I can help you get ramped up if you search for someone. I got 2 contracts. Okay. Then you can look at your past experience, start talking to your old networks. And now, an old client that I had, they're expanding, they're trying to shift their positioning. And now I'm on a retainer just working for 15 to 20 hours, helping them out. So again, what this is telling you is you got to become a master searcher as to how you can search for businesses. So let's just say if you're a coach or you have coaching or maybe wellness, I mean, culture is huge. Gabby can tell you, they spend money on people coming in and just doing a daily workshop, right? You could look for like, what are some best companies to work for lists in your local area? What are some of the fastest growing companies? Fast growing companies need help. They need resources. And what you could do is look at the companies on those lists and then look at competitors who aren't on that list, because you could go to that competitor and say, hey, these guys over here are doing something to retain their employees, which losing employees costs a business a lot of money. They want to keep their employees happy. So again, start to think of, we're just brainstorming. Tomorrow, we're going to work on how to try to pique the interest and get your foot in the door to have a conversation. But today, just start thinking about what are some businesses out there, either in my local area, again, based on the size, location, and everything, that I could potentially, that I want to work with. Who do I want to work with? If you could find your ideal job or career or your business tomorrow, who would that be? And start searching for them. Okay. So that's the kind of to do or your homework for today, or, over the course of the week. We're going to be in our Facebook group and we're going to hold accountable to this. So this is all just learning, but we're going to put this in action. But what are those 15 to 20 ideal prospects? What projects or clients do you really desire to work with? Okay. And that's what I want you to do. But before you do that, lady, as we end, none of this matters, honestly, if you don't give yourself permission to desire, because none of it will matter unless you give yourself permission. And so our last few minutes here, I really just wanted to just take some time to just walk through this exercise and just give ourselves permission to just really think about, before we start thinking about clients, before we start whatever, it doesn't really matter unless we give ourselves permission to say, you know what, this is what I really want. This is what I really desire. And everything else is just not gonna be satisfied. It's not gonna work for me unless I have that. Like, you have the right and the permission to do that. And so what I would like for you to do, I asked you to bring a second sheet of paper. And this is really what I wanted. We have a good 15, 20 minutes here to go through this and really write down and journal what it is that we really desire. And so in your piece of paper, what I would like for you to do is write 3 columns. The first one is going to be what in your life is going well. The second one is going to be what is not going well. And the third is, what would I like to be experiencing instead? And I wanted to do this because sometimes we think that dreaming more than what we've got betrays our current reality. As if to wish for something different means that you're not appreciative of what you have now. And what this exercise is designed to do is to help you honor what is, and at the same time embrace what can be. Because this is the biggest lesson that I've learned, is you can have both of these things. You can be both things. You can have all of these desires and all of these wants for your life and want something more, and still be very appreciative of everything that you have. My counselor, I go to counseling, I'm very transparent about it. And she's really helped me. She constantly has to remind me that, even with my anxiety, like, you can still be anxious. I mean, I was like almost throwing up this morning. I was so anxious about this today, you guys. Oh my goodness. You can still be anxious, but still be bold. You can still be fearful, but still be courageous. You can be depressed, but still be happy. Like, you can be both things, because all of these things are feelings that we need to feel and move through to really get to the desires and to the things that we want. And so that's why I thought this has been a really, really powerful exercise for me that I wanted to share with you all. And that just remembering, when you feel times of fear or feel times of different negative emotions, just know that they're just feelings, and that you can also take big, bold steps and actions at the same time. And so what I would like to do is just take a few minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and I want you guys to brainstorm. Like, I don't want you to think, just write down what in your life is going well, and just write it down. What in your life is not going well? And I'm going to do this as well. And then what would you like to be experiencing instead? So for the next few minutes, let's just do a journal exercise, and I'll check in with you guys, but go on ahead. It's going to start. So we're just at about 1 minute. So if you want to move to the next one, just to let you know, just keep writing, whatever comes. Keep writing. This is hard for me. So just keep writing, just keep writing. We're at about 2 minutes. Okay, just a few more seconds here. Just kind of wrap up. Take a step back, see if there's anything else. What's going well, what's not? What do you want to experience instead? All right. So as we kind of look at that, let's just pick the top three. maybe 5, max 5, but at least 3. What are the top things that you desire in that? And everything that you just wrote down and experienced, what are the top 3? And separate out what you like, what you think is possible from what you desire, because maybe you tried something and it didn't work out, so you don't feel that it's possible even though you desire it. So still, if that's something that's true, separate out maybe something you've tried that didn't work out versus what you really desire. If that's something you truly desire, put it down. So make sure we're just separating things out from failures or mistakes or anything from the past from what we really want. So from that, what are the 3 to 5 things? Do we have them?
You're muted, Ingrid.
I might be able to unmute it.
There it is. You were muted. We couldn't, you were talking and we couldn't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? So I'm assuming you can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right. So do you guys have your 3 to 5 things? Your 3 to 5 things, 3 to 5 desires.
You know what I find out just looking at this right now? I don't desire a lot, which is interesting. Yeah.
Well, maybe we need to fix that, girl.
I mean, because most things I've already done. Now, if I want to do more, that's different.
But you gotta have desires for your life. You gotta have something that you're hoping, desiring for, that you really want, that you don't have today. Whatever those maybe, and if it's just one thing, it's just one thing. It's just
right. It's not right. I do have, but it's not like I desire a lot of things.
Gotcha.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at this age, I think I've done quite a few things. So there's not a lot of desire, just more traveling, which would be great.
Heck yeah. So this is what I want to do. When you look at those 3 desires that you have, if you could have a hashtag, if you could summarize those 3 desires into a single hashtag, what would it be? What would your hashtag be for the desires that you have for 2022? What's your hashtag? I'm going to write mine down.
Okay.
This just came to me.
I only have 2 desires.
Okay. Could you, if you look at them, kind of summarize them in a hashtag or in like a little phrase?
Traveling, coaching.
And how do I do that?
So I'll share my hashtag. And this is just for you.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, well, hashtag is just put a little, that sign, but it's really just your phrase. It's just your phrase of how you're going to show up for your desires in 2022. And my hashtag is, when I look at my desires, they're all about me living out loud. So in 2022, I accept my desire to live out loud. That's what my desire is. So I'm going to start crying because that's really deep for me. So what is it for you? What is your desire for yourself? Is it you live out loud? What is it that came to you as a result of, like, if you want to travel, maybe it's to, whatever that is for you. What is that phrase that you want to lean in on as you think about it? Yeah. What is your lean in on?
Hashtag traveling, coaching, loving.
If you could say that, I had my hashtag.
What, Ingrid?
Linda,
What'd you say?
my hashtag is to help the next generation succeed. That's my hashtag.
Hashtag legacy.
Yes.
Yeah, hashtag finish what my mama started.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Finish what mama started. I love
My mama used to say,
Mama used to say, my mama always said,
Yep.
you ladies need to write a book. I'm telling you. Y'all need to write a book.
yeah, we'll start
I
that.
love
right,
that.
Ingrid?
Finish what mama start. Finish what mama was it started?
Finish what my mama started.
Finish what my mama so in 2022 I accept my desire to finish what my mama started. All right. Yolanda, yours was
Hashtag traveling, coaching, loving.
ooh, I love that.
Hi, Jackie.
Hello, how are you ladies doing?
Hi, Jackie.
I said,
So happy to be here with you guys. Thank you so much,
Are you
Meg.
here at the radio station?
I'm working.
Do you have your hashtag?
Yes, my hashtag is healing, revival, and just like Miss Ingrid was saying, changing generations, right? The ones who come after us, and just being that example
yep.
to be able to make that change, right? Because that's just something that we need in this world.
Yeah.
Maybe yours is like you want to hashtag. I mean, it could. I love this leaving a legacy or being a change agent or a change. I don't know. That could be something.
We
But
have to
how to
either
put it-
maybe even make up a word, a new word, when it comes to just, healing
Making
and
a difference.
mindfulness and
Right.
and just,
Do it.
learning just how to love ourselves first.
Yeah.
So that we can be leaders for those who come after us, right?
Right.
And doing the work, putting in the work, especially when it's just so uncomfortable, is when we have to just go a little bit deeper to find that healing that we need.
Yeah.
Amen, sis. Yes. Gabby, are you still on? I know she's at work, so she may have had to drop off, but I'm gonna get her hashtag. Oh, and Zaina's on. I don't know. Maybe she
connected, but she had to get off right quick.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna have to connect with her.
I'm back in.
She's back in.
Nell's on. He's our fearless man on the line. I don't know if he wants to unmute to share his hashtag, but I'd be interested if he has one. If not, it's fine. But you'd have to unmute your line. No. Okay. He may have stepped out. Okay, ladies. Well, I hope if this is the next thing is to declare this desire and how you can declare it. One, write it down, put it somewhere where you can see it. In 2022, I accept my desire to whatever that was and put it somewhere where you see it every day, because this is going to help you start to, it's science, ladies. When you start to get clear, it's like the car, when you buy a car or you're searching for a car and you got your eyes on a red car, a certain kind of car, and then everywhere you go, you see that same car. This is the truth for clients. This is the truth. This is the truth for your business. When you start to zone in on the clients that you want and the things that you really desire, those things will just naturally start to come and start to be realized for you. But it all starts with you getting clear, like Jackie was saying, showing up and doing this work, just spending a little bit of time to kind of walk through that. If you need to go through it again. And so today, again, write down that desire. If you can, post it, get a picture and post it in our Facebook group or post it in your own social network and make sure and tag me so I know. But I would love for us to just declare our desires, post the picture and put it in the Facebook group so we can all hold each other accountable to showing up for this desire. We all know what each other's desires and what we're trying to do. So make sure you declare your desires and start to think about what kind of people do you want to start working with? What kind of businesses do you want to start working with? Let's make sure to join the Facebook group. I'll make sure you guys are all added if you haven't joined. I know a few of you have. And then tomorrow, what we're going to do, because I know today we were just kind of exploring. Tomorrow, what we're going to do, ladies, I got it all ready to go. We're going to take this sweet spot and we're going to create your transformation statement. Because you transform lives or businesses or problems. That's what you do. And so you need that transformation statement so it's really clear in one sentence and it flows very naturally how you can pique someone's interest to say, yeah, I want to talk more about that, or tell me more details, or tell me how you work. And then I'll show you how to actually guide that conversation so you do not have to do any marketing. Like, I started this out, I had a Dropbox folder. I didn't have a website. I didn't have an email list. I didn't have any of that. I just had what I knew I could do and just started to have conversations. And the same is true for you. You don't need all the hoopla. That comes later. That comes when you have money. For now, you need to get clear. You need your transformation and you just need to get your foot in the door and just start having conversations. So that's what we're going to focus on tomorrow. So make sure to show up. We're going to really dive in and we're actually going to start writing things down. And then day 3, we'll talk about how to put that into a contract, because the people that you talk to, they're going to tell you what product, what they want. And so you can put that in a contract, but we're really going to dive into your money mirror, because how you price that contract is all dependent upon your emotions and like your relationship with money. So we're going to explore that a little bit so that way we can take some massive action on our money mirrors and really show up for ourselves. Okay. So that's kind of the outline for the next few days. I'm right at an hour. I know I went through it really, really fast, but we just had an hour and I want to make sure and, stay true to the hour. And I appreciate you ladies so much. I'll send the recording. I'll send the workbooks. I'll send it all your way as soon as we get done today. So expect an email from me later today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2. I love you guys. You guys are
Love you, Meg.
Mwah.
Thank you so much.
I love you.
I love you. Okay. Bye, ladies. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow, ladies. Bye-bye.